the focus of this part and sentence that he's saying that the world is not forgetting about this because this will be remembered by everybody. Okay. It is for us living rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from this honor that we take an increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. Okay?
Okay. Um,
What should you say on this part here?
because before this, don't have the group for fight this. Don't have the
The connection failed.
persons have this thinking now. Hello,
Okay, return.
and repeating. Uh, After this, before this, don't have persons fighting for your vehicles, for your rules. Only accept. And after this, the persons, oh, in the last have has a civil war because um, my rules, my what's the name? Direct, not direct. My uh,
Commandments, the way I say,
direitos e
right?
deveres,
Don't remember this?
rights.
Hmm. Rights and duties.
Yes, rights and
We
duties.
talked about
And
this.
now the persons fight with the rights and duties
Mhm.
after this.
Okay, good. And that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Understand now this part?
Yes, example the 7 September 7 have the day for the liberty.
In this case, for us here in our country, but there it's the 4th July. But here he's saying that we'll create a government for the people, from the people in this case, so the people will be deciding. This is uh, more saying like about the um, when the people decide is about, I forgot the term here, is uh, democracy. I was trying to remember this. So this is the root or the origin of democracy there in their country. And okay, some things happened after this, and that's great. So we have some questions here. What does Lincoln's speech refer to? So creating this essay that I say for you, remember now all the text. What does his speech refer?
This speech have one big fight with the national, with the government, because the freedom, the liberty, the equality, everything about the national because uh, in the past the country has controlled with the big boss. The example, the uh, slaves. Uh, if the uh, boss the states, and this text talk about this, the fight of the liberty, the equality.
And what do you think about the Civil War?
It's good because it's the next step for one uh, not sociality, but for other country statement, other thing. Example, the Cuba. Probably he's need one civil war because he's don't have the power of choose. Oh, I choose this, I choose don't have, and probably the civil war it's good in this country because this.
I understand what you say. Some countries they sometimes do it. Like in recently history, we have the Egypt had some things like this because it was a dictatorship there in Egypt, and all the population went to street to go on strike against the government.
Yes, and South Korea.
South Korea.
Uh, is this is different. The culture, example, the women's in the Africa in general is different. The culture and the uh, prison in general. One thing is the culture, other thing is the type of government.
Yeah. Okay. What did Lincoln mean by saying, "This nation shall have a new birth of freedom"?
But sure,
Shall is similar need to
seeing
be
the
in the
past,
future. What?
seeing the past.
No, no.
Oh,
Shall
it,
is similar need to be in the future, but possibility. Similar should.
yes, yes. Repeat, please, the question.
What did Lincoln mean by saying, "This nation shall have a new birth of freedom"?
Because is the date very important date for the uh, this country because it start on new time with the different rules, different uh, during dishes, not during dishes. Is this?
Depends what do you want to mean, but can be.
Yes, and this.
Do the dishes like for example, the nation is a mess and needs to be organized. Is this you want to say? Let me put hint.
No, if new rules,
To do
new rules, new this, not
this. So the kitchen is a big mess. So when you do the dishes, you organize the kitchen. If you want to mean this, yes, it's correct. Because after a civil war, supposedly they had these things. So the country was a mess. So the government and the population together, they did the dishes. In this case, not literal, wash the dishes, but organize the country. In this context, makes sense if you want to say this. I think so.